All right. So hi, everyone. Thank you for being our first bloggers turned open mic people for Humor Beats Cancer. And then let me see if, so Humor Beats Cancer is, let's see here. Okay. So Humor Beats Cancer is a nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit that I started in 2017 following I had breast cancer. And so I wanted to do something, give something back and bring some humor and joy into people's lives. I also love writing. And so I wanted to combine the idea of writing and humor. And so that came about with Humor Beats Cancer. And so now we have a community that's global and all over the world, and in the US, UK, everywhere. And so you'll see by our open mic readers today, everybody that's going to be contributing has written a blog piece at some point since Humor Beats Cancer has started. And so they're going to share their story. And hopefully you'll get some laughs out of it. But I'm very thankful to these ladies for taking time out of their day on a Saturday to share their stories. So I am going to hopefully we're all going to, this is going to work from a technological standpoint. As I was telling them, I'm the worst. So this is all like, this is all like a startup, really. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to mute all of I'm going to mute everybody. There, okay. And so then I'm going to call on each person to kind of come to the forefront and share their story. Today we have four people who are going to be sharing the stories. So I'm going to start with Sarah. So Sarah, you're going to go first. So I'm going to unmute you and mute myself.
Can you hear me? Okay. I guess I'm the guinea pig, the first one to go. I'll just start with my intro. Hi, my name is Sarah Powers. I'm a Canadian Armed Forces member and a single mom to an 8-year-old boy named Thomas. At the age of 39, I was diagnosed with stage 2A triple negative breast cancer. I had a left mastectomy followed by 8 rounds of dose-dense ACT chemo. I'm now considered no evidence of disease. I'm attempting to recover and help others understand resilience and recovery. Humor is one of my main coping mechanisms, and I still use this 1.5 years post-final chemo to cope. So here's a little story I want to share, and hopefully it'll bring a smile to your face. I'm on my recovery journey. I have good days and bad days, but recently my days have been more good than bad. This time last year, I was just starting chemo, so I'm in a much better place right now. What I need to work on? Myself, appreciating myself and giving myself time and attention. One way I know this works for me is yoga. I hadn't done yoga since pre-diagnosis. It has always been a very therapeutic practice for me. This beautiful area of the Ottawa Valley in Ontario, Canada, is less than 200 kilometers away from our nation's capital, and it offers a yoga in the park during the hot summer months right on the waterfront. I grabbed this opportunity to get back into the practice of yoga. I threw on my Lululemon tights, my sports bra, and my prosthetic left breast, and a black tank top. Other than this mad mop of hair, which is curly and out of control, you would never know that I had been in treatment for cancer. I got to the park, put my mat down, and breathed in deeply. Happy I was making time for my health and wellness. More and more people started to arrive in the park. The soft, relaxing music was playing from the speaker. The yoga instructor leading from the front on a microphone. She led us through a variety of poses and flows. The weather was hot, humid. It felt good to get a sweat on. Bending over into downward dog and into deep folds, I breathed in deeply. Then something, while folding down from the waist, slid into my face. What the heck? I suddenly realized it was my prosthetic. The heat and humidity, along with the wonderful force of gravity, had slid my prosthetic out of my sports bra and into my chin. I was bent over, using my chin to hold my fake boob close to my chest because otherwise it was going to fall out like a dead fish on my yoga mat. There must have been close to 50 people in the park, and of course, because I was early, I was right up front. If I had righted myself, it would have fallen out. If I had released my chin, which was holding it in place, it would have fallen out. I used one of my arms to balance myself, and the other as discreetly as I could to push the sweaty fake boob back into my sports bra. Once I slid it back in, I righted myself and looked down to ensure that it was good to go. It was not in the right place. Instead of falling back nicely onto the left side, I looked down and had a middle boob and a right boob. Trying not to be obvious, I was shifting my bra around so that I could get it back into place. But little did I know that what I was doing was rotating it. If you aren't familiar with prosthetic breasts, they're shaped like a triangle. So the top of my triangle ends up going to the bottom. So now I have an upside down boob. There's no other way to write this. So I just give in and let myself adjust it totally. If anyone noticed, they didn't say anything. And at that point, I didn't care. Lesson learned. Wear a bra with a pocket if you're planning on doing anything with heat, gravity, and a prosthetic breast. And hey, Lululemon, make me some mastectomy-friendly bras. That's all.
Great. Thank you so much. It took me like 14 clicks to get there, but I'm here. Thank you very much. That was awesome. All right. So next we're going to go to Amelia. And so I'm going to see if I can unmute you and you can get going. Let's see here.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, cool. So hi, my name is Amelia. I'm from London. I'm currently living in North Wales, receiving treatment for stage 4 stomach cancer. I lived in the Middle East for like 7 or 8 years and got the diagnosis while I was there, and then decided to fly straight home because I needed to be near my family for support, and and then my other half came with me and we set up shop here and we're just going through it. Like, this was not the Christmas just gone, the Christmas before, about 2 days before Christmas I got diagnosed, and they actually told me that I was only going to survive for like another 2 or 3 months, and here I am 16 months later, still going, still quite healthy. I'm on my second line treatment, so yay, it's all going like quite well, to be honest. Like, you know, I'm still getting up and about and I'm still healthy, and just had chemo the other day and just took a nap and I was all right. But anyway, I'm going to read my blog post from the other day that I posted. I haven't blogged for a while because I've been busy, but here we go. Okay, so wow, it's been a while since I've blogged, but what better time to get on it than when we all have so much time on our hands at the moment. So coronavirus, hey, what a weird old time we're all experiencing. I'm kind of used to the relaxed life of not doing too much during the day. Well, I say that, but Luke and I are always busy. But now we're a different busy. We're embracing the lockdown for sure and not stopped cooking, eating, playing PlayStation, puzzles, acro yoga, online quizzes, baking, indoor workouts, writing letters, ordering online. That is getting out of hand, big time. Date nights, catching up with friends on Zoom and like other social media, and planning our first flight back out to Dubai to see all our friends. We've also been teaching our dogs some new tricks. So you name it, we're doing it. And I'm so lucky that I have Luke and we get on so well, and our day goes by where I don't thank the universe for the man I married. So, cancer stuff. A wee little update for those that are interested. I started my second line treatment as my PCI index was slightly too high after Christmas this year for me to have my operation, which was pretty rubbish, but second line treatment is treating me well, and I guess we just got to see what happens, the story of my life. My hair's grown back, a treat. It started growing back, which is a bit strange, but I'm glad to have my brows and lashes. And the hospital up here in North Wales are amazing. They have it all sussed out, and I'm lucky enough to be able to carry on with treatment as normal. And the chemo isn't so bad at all. I don't actually know how my body is still going after almost 16 months of the stuff, but hey, yella, let's keep going. I am, however, no longer vegan. I couldn't stomach any more sweet potato curry anymore. And I had trouble eating over Christmas and decided that bacon sandwiches was my new thing. I do try to eat slightly less meat than Luke and decided yesterday to do a 3-week vegetarian gig. So we'll see how that goes down. Not so good so far. Luke and I celebrated our 6-month wedding anniversary not long ago, and I made the living room into a beach and we danced around in swimwear to house tunes while sipping a cheeky Desperados and cocktail, and it was super fun. Luke loves a beach party. Many times he returned home when we lived in Dubai. No shoes, no phone, no sunglasses, etc. from partying too hard on the sand. This time, luckily, he didn't lose anything. We've also been concentrating on our business, which is FVCK Cancer, and we design funky bandanas to encourage people to rock out their bald heads whilst going through chemo and other hair loss related issues. We've designed some more bandanas, which we're excited to launch when the lockdown is over, and you can find us on Instagram at FVCK Cancer Fashion. We're still receiving orders and getting them out safely and securely, which is great. Something to keep us busy, and we ship worldwide for those that are interested. We're dying to get to visit our friends here in the UK, London, Lancashire, Newcastle and Dubai, and can't wait for all this to be lifted. But at the same time, we realise how vulnerable I am, so we're not taking any chances. Bleaching the shopping takes ages, and my hands are so dry from all the washing. I'm so incredibly grateful that I know that everybody I know is safe and well, my sisters, brothers, friends, and social isolation can be very difficult for some people. Well, it's everyone really, even if you're a bright puff of glitter like myself. I was dying to go out for dinner yesterday just to sit and play cards in a restaurant while sipping wine and eating something I actually didn't cook because I'm spending my life in the kitchen at the moment. These days will come, my friends, and I feel that everyone will be so much more appreciative of everything. Small businesses will be booming, beer gardens will be full, restaurants will be packed out, mostly because everyone's sick of cooking, and people will be hugging more and putting less pressure on themselves, and kids will be loving the outdoors. We've found a way to cope with what's going on, and what a force we are. Today is going to be a good day. Happy Saturday, everyone. Big love. Wash your hands. It's done.
All right, thank you so much. Yay, well, we're so excited that you are doing well and you have such a bright spirit. So yay, congrats, yay. All right, now we'll have Tina. Are you ready, Tina? All right, let me see if I can unmute you.
Okay.
All right, I think, oh.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Tina Conrad, and I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. At the age of 37, I was diagnosed with stage 3A breast cancer. I'm currently a 6-year survivor and a podcast host of a podcast called DJ Breast Cancer. And my piece is a poem that I wrote pretty recently, just kind of trying to deal with all of this. And it's called Quarantine Straitjacket. I remember this straitjacket well, the tightened arms that hold me in the present, while remembering the past and all that was. The future is gone. From cancer to COVID, your triggers are real. Your hold on me leaves me breathless. Is it my anxiety or symptoms that leave me chasing my breath? Gone, gone are the days of living so carefree, the deep mourning of knowing you can't go back. Those times are gone, gone in an instant, and all you are left with is pieces of today. I used to make plans. I once had goals and dreams and a future, but it has stopped. Someone press pause. On my life, your life, the world. I want that freedom, those carefree days, the day before the C word. Cancer or COVID, you ask? It's all the same. The same straitjacket, the same breathlessness, the same weight and worry, held panicked in today without a way back. So I know that's a little bit heavy, but I just wanted really everyone to know that they're not alone. And many of the triggers of cancer and self-isolation coming back are truly normal. And I wanted to just share some love with you and let you know that this time too will pass. Things will change and you will find some level of new normal again. Maybe you'll even go back to unloading your dishwasher just once a week, because I'm doing it. Then I feel your pain and I feel your love say, keep on keeping on.
All right. Thank you so much, Tina. That was so beautiful. And it is like, I mean, it's interesting that we're doing this all during when everybody's in isolation. So it's like a whole other level of stuff that we're having to deal with in addition to cancer. And so, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. All right. So now we have Tamara. I'm going to unmute you and make you the middle of the screen, hopefully. And it'll be your turn. So let's unmute you.
Okay, so my name is Tamara, and I live in Covington, Kentucky, which is just super duper slightly south of Cincinnati, Ohio. And sorry, Tina, your poem really got to me. It was beautiful and very true. So I also deal with cancer by humor or just crying uncontrollably. There's just no in between. So, but I was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia when I was 31. And so for most people, they don't know what that is because it's pretty rare, but it's one of the 4 types of leukemia, which is a blood cancer. And I'm currently still in treatment because it is not curable. But lucky for me, the treatment is a oral form of chemotherapy. So I take a chemotherapy drug every day, along with a lot of other drugs that manage the side effects from that. And so the blog post I want to share is kind of an early story from those days. I've had a lot of stories that can be considered humorous, I think, throughout the years. And so I have dealt with them in a lot of ways with humor, and also advocating for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I'm currently running for the LLS Woman of the Year in my region, and so you guys can check that out. If we're doing shameless plugs, you can find me on Facebook and you can find me on Instagram at Tamara Tuff. So if we're doing shameless plugs, I'll just plug myself there. But I do want to read the blog post that I submitted. That, when I was diagnosed, I was about as healthy as I had ever been at that point. I looked really healthy. I felt really good for the most part. I was really lean. I CrossFitted 4 times a week. I'm a public defender, so I was super busy. I was, and still am, singing in a young professionals choir. And so, how, might you ask, did I come to be sitting on a piece of crinkly paper in an oncologist's office? And the answer is mostly arrogance, mixed with a little curiosity and topped off with a little bit of, well, I guess I'm an adult now. I should probably see about that cholesterol. Because I had graduated from law school and begun my first job as an attorney. I had purchased my first house. I was doing all of the adult things. And lucky for me, I had decided to put that awesome health insurance to good use. And I went to get my blood work checked, just cause. And it turns out that my white blood cell count was about 26 times higher than is normal. And my platelets were high enough to call anti-clotting medications and to refer me that same day to an oncologist hematologist. Talk about ripping off a Band-Aid. Just a day and a half later, it was a balmy day in Cincinnati, Ohio. Perfect weather, in fact. It was actually not hot. The humidity was not 100%, which is rare for a Cincinnati summer. And my best friend and I were headed to a professional soccer game. And neither of us are actually avid soccer fans, but we had free tickets in really good seats. And these games are actually really, really fun. All Cincinnati sports are fun. They're no joke. The FCC is no exception. So we found some orange and blue and we headed out. Now, she had come because she knew I needed her, and that's what friends are for. So I was still getting a handle on what this whole diagnosis was about. I was taking weirdly colored medications with alarming directions, but I still basically felt fine. That weird inability to take a deep breath for several months finally had a name: enlarged spleen. Whoops, don't take any large hard hits to the side. And yes, the long naps and the ability to sleep anytime, any place, at the drop of a hat also had a name. It's called fatigue. And yes, turning out having inadequate air conditioning in my historic home was not the reason that I was waking up drenched in sweat. Night sweats are a real thing. But still, I'd been functioning this way for months without even realizing that they were a thing. And now I have cancer. It was too weird. So I did what anyone would do. I told almost no one. And the people I did tell, I completely downplayed it. I talked about having the cancer card, and so if bad situations arose, I could just casually throw in a line about having cancer, and the bad situation might just work itself out, like getting a cruise ship cabin upgrade, things like that. So there we were, looking for a parking garage to park in for the FCC game. Now, being from a small town, I moved here for law school, and my best friend from that small town. So parking near the University of Cincinnati, which is a very urban campus, is not for the faint of heart. But we're driving around in circles enough that finally I gave up. I drove to one of, the sketchier looking garages, and my friend, who's not as used to urban living as me, she's twisting around nervously in her seat. And she says, "Are you sure this is okay?" And I'm looking around and, I don't see any obvious serial killers. I don't see any sawed-off pistols. I don't see any uncapped syringes. And I said, sure, why not? Now, spoiler alert, it was in fact fine. So we parked, we grabbed our purses, we head to the exit. And as we're heading towards the stadium, she looked back one more time and she says, "But what if we come back and we can't get the car out? Do you think that you can use the cancer card?" And I laughed and I said, "Of course, it's like a black card. They accept it anywhere." She looked so relieved, and immediately she was like, "Well, wait, but did you remember to bring it?" And that's it.
That is awesome. Thank you, Tamara. That is one of my favorites too. I do enjoy that one because who doesn't love to occasionally bring out the cancer card? And I love the idea of someone thinking it was like they hand it to you at the doctor's office. They're like, here's your Amex to help you get out of crazy shit. So yeah, I loved it. Thank you guys. Well, I'm gonna unmute you and put you all on screen. So hold on, let's see if I can manage that. Let's see here. Let's see. I think I could do it this way. Okay, let's see if I do it this way. No, hold on. The gallery view. Let's see if that works. All right, yay. All right, I'm gonna unmute everybody. All right, so just as a kind of a closing, I'm hoping you guys, yeah, you guys are all there. Okay. I'm hoping that just are there any last thoughts on as people are watching this, they're, stuck in their homes, kind of wishing they could get out, and kind of, maybe even feeling a lot of that isolation that some of you have discussed. I mean, do you have any advice for how you find joy or humor during a tough time like this? Anything that kind of comes to mind that you want to share as kind of a parting thought? I'm putting you guys on the spot. I did not ask you this at a time.
I think that writing stuff in the morning down that you're grateful for puts you in a good mindset for the day. And it could be something so small, if you've got a dog, or if you've got children, or if you just like the fact that it's sunny outside. I think that really kind of sets the tone for the day. It can be difficult in social isolation for anybody, because we need human contact, right? But just being grateful. I feel that helps me kind of, have a good start to the day. just writing a few little things down that I'm happy for, like being alive. Woo.
No, that's great. Okay. Anybody else want to share?
So,
I love.
Oh, Tamara.
no, Tina, go ahead. Tina, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love gratitude, and that's helped me so much too. I had an oncologist during my treatment give me just some advice that has helped me so much through cancer days and now through COVID days. And it was find joy in every day and like, don't wish this time away. And so I think it is just truly trying to change your mindset to find the opportunity in each day. So for me, it's like researching a recipe, doing something I haven't done. So I try to like still stimulate my brain and do something, you know, that I've never done before. I made hamburger buns for the first time. Like, who knew something that costs $1 at the supermarket is actually way more delicious if you make it at home. But it's just kind of a challenge to myself, and it's proven to be, you know, very fulfilling, at least to try to cook and do things that I would have never had an opportunity to do.
Yeah, it's great.
So I think that, you know, kind of something I had shared privately with friends, and kind of Tina's, sorry, I have like a nervous tick, so I hold on to things. But I think Tina's poem really touched on this, but I had told a lot of my friends, especially early on, you know, I've kind of been working at home and kind of self-imposing a quarantine before, you know, it was mass imposed, a little earlier than a lot of other people that I knew. But I said, you know, when a lot of people were really, really starting to go stir crazy, and they were like, I really thought you're so extroverted. I thought you would be going like nuts. And I said, well, you have to understand that people, cancer patients, especially, you know, I'm a chronic cancer patient. I've been living with this for 4 years. You know, we are used to things being difficult all the time, and things that are not difficult for other people are difficult for us. Things that are not normal for us. You know, other people do things all the time that we have to think of differently all the time. Everything that other people do, we have to do it differently. And so we are uniquely situated, I think, for quarantine and isolation, because we do it on a regular basis, at least on a small scale. You know, because we just have to think about things in a whole different way that other people just aren't used to having to do. And God bless them. Thank God they don't have to do that. But so I think in a way, you know, cancer patients are uniquely situated and able to deal with quarantine a little bit better, because we've already done it, kind of like poem, you know. But I have 4 rules for quarantine that I think have helped me personally. Is number 1. So today is my 6-month wedding anniversary. Talking about that. Thank you. I'm going to put on my wedding dress and go walk around in it.
Yes,
Queen. I almost was wearing it here, but I thought it might be a little too.
No, that would have been awesome.
So my 4 rules for quarantine is number 1, hopefully you're quarantined with somebody you love. Number 2, have drinks. Very important. Number 3, have snacks.
yes.
Very, very important. And number 4, enjoy your space. Whatever space you have, figure out how to enjoy it. You know, I'm very lucky, like that I bought my house 3 months before I got diagnosed with cancer. I bought my very first house, so I didn't have money when I got diagnosed with cancer, which was awesome. But I love my house, and I love my neighbors, and I have found a beauty in my neighborhood that I didn't really know existed, because I've been forced to take walks that I never bothered to take. And I've taken longer and longer and longer and longer and longer and longer walks because I don't have anything else to do, right? All these wonderful activities that I've filled my time with that I miss very, very much. But I don't have those things to fill my time anymore. And so I am finding new ways to fill my time. And part of those things that I'm doing is I'm learning to appreciate the space that I live in a very new way and a very gratifying way. And so I think love who you're with, drink your drinks, eat your snacks, and love your space.
You.
Yeah, that's great. Yes. All right, Sarah.
I'll just add a quick thing. I might get emotional because I get emotional. But when I was going through treatment, psychologically was extremely tough. And the chemo nurse had said to me, remember that this is just a chapter. It's not the whole book. And so that was really something that has stuck with me. And the other thing was just to be kind to yourself. Like people, there's no right way to react if we're talking about cancer or if we're talking about COVID. We're doing great. We're all doing great. Like look at us. We're being really resilient. And I think we should be proud of ourselves, collectively proud of ourselves. So, and I really appreciated doing this. It filled my heart. It made me happy.
Me too.
Thank you guys so much. I mean, this has just been, you're helping me, just in my own journey and stuff. And so, I don't want to sound cheesy, but I do love all of you. I really feel like this is such a special group of people here, and then just larger, just that of people who, as you guys are all talking about, the resilience, the humor, the love, but just like you're not giving up. You guys are just amazing. And so I appreciate this, and I love your humor, and I love all of it. And so, for me, Humor Beats Cancer has been a big piece of what's kind of getting me through COVID too. I mean, I just start posting more stuff, or I start reading people's stories, or trying to send care packages to people. I just anything I can to try to brighten someone's day, because I know how hard it is when you're down and sad and feel alone, because I too feel that a lot. And so, so thank you guys so much.
You guys have inspired me. I want to go find all your stories on the Instagram and
you need to. Yeah.
I love the gram.
I love it. Good. So follow each other, follow Humor Beats Cancer, and look for more blog posts, and more stuff on Instagram. And so, so I think that's it, guys. But hopefully I can share this with you. Hopefully this all worked. And if not, it's just an experience for, the five of us. So, whatever. And so I'm going to be doing this with 5 people every day for the next 6 months. And so, so thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, or great start of your day. And love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.